Once Upon a Die is a twisted fantasy adventure podcast meant for adults. Content warnings can be found in the episode description. Hello and welcome to Once Upon a Die, the live play D&D podcast where natural ones just mean more fun. I am your host, Sean McCallan, but I'm not just the host. I'm also Jeff Buffgate, business bard, and my Tessia's bet for this evening will be Charvalco.
My name is Jonathan Curran, and I play Goon E Makeshift, the Artificer, and my Tessia's bet is going to be for Halen tonight. I think you'll roll the first one.
Nice. I had a 20, my first 20 last time, so
yeah,
my time is up for a 1.
I can't believe it was your first 20. That is insane.
Yeah, I got to use a card.
That sounds right, though. No, that does, I don't remember you rolling a 20.
Crushed it. My name's Justin. First 20 last week, so we're doing well. I'm Halen Van Lichtenstein, and Tessia is going to bequeath a 1 upon Buffgate.
Bequeath. Buffgate.
He was actually reading a crystal ball that's why there were so many pauses, because he was reading the message.
I was looking up to our goddess.
Tessia will bequeath the ones.
Hey, no! How dare you speak to Tessia like that? That's exactly why you're going to get a 1.
And
she's going to laugh, but she's definitely going to give you a 1.
My name is Austin Wolf. I play Charvalco Chion, as it came out last week. The Chronomancy rogue. I almost forgot my class for a second.
Is his last name Chion?
That's his last name. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Nobody knows that.
Nobody knowed that.
Nobody knows that.
Taco.
We're all stumbling here. Nobody knowed that. My Tessia's bet is going to be Halen, and I just wanted to take a second because I think I'm the only one who remembered that today, or yesterday rather, was Grace's birthday.
We all remembered. We all said it earlier.
Oh, well, we're recording now. So we're saying it now.
Happy birthday, Grace.
Happy birthday, Grace.
Thank you. Hi, this is Grace Lee. I play Melee, the Warden, or otherwise known as the Shield Maiden of the group. And my bet is going to be on... You know what? I'm going to bet on... Actually, no, Jeff. Buffgate.
That's 2 for the Buffmeister.
Buffmeister,
Meister Buff.
Oh, I should have put that on the
Burgermeister.
Buff nuts.
I'll give me your dice box back. I'm gonna add buff nuts to it.
Dude, finger guns and buff nuts. That's what it says.
That's a t-shirt. Finger guns and buff nuts.
And lastly, but not leastly, we have our illustrious DM.
We've already used
We've used illustrious. God damn it. we have our
nimble.
We're gonna do a Mad Lib, and we're gonna let the audience decide. Fill in the blank.
This is our adjective.
Like Dora.
DM.
Our adjective DM.
Introducing our insert adjective here, DM.
Hello, my name is Cody White, and yes, I am your DM for this campaign. And I think this time DM's going to bet on Goon getting the first one.
I don't like that.
Is it a good or a bad thing when the DM votes on you?
Let's see. There we are. Last we left our heroes, they went head first into battle against the reincarnated god Bur-Bur. While the team kept Bur-Bur distracted, Targus performed a ritual to stop him. And many people toppled off Bur-Bur's skull, and some were even swallowed whole. But ultimately, Targus was able to complete his ritual, slamming his sword into the god's forehead and sacrificing himself in the process. The soul-eating Bur-Bur fell to the ground, and our party survived to fight another day. And that's where we are now.
I'm still face down on the ground, actually. Literally bleeding out.
And,
Well,
and
I'm not actually
Schmigley
bleeding out.
comes running up to you, and he's dropping, just shuffling through potions and grabs one and stuffs it into your mouth. Just, there. Huh?
Thank you, Schmigley.
There. You feel a little bit better now, yes?
Yeah. I turn over and I puke. But it's like it's like a good puke.
And you lose all the HP that you just get.
Hey, yeah, Schmigley tries to catch some of it in the empty vials.
And stuffs it back into your mouth. It's like, no, you need to drink. You need to hold it down.
We forgot to add the prebiotics to
It's so
support the
chunky.
probiotics in the healing potion.
It's just oh,
You get half
that's
healing.
fucking horrible.
Half healing
All right,
effects.
is it a regular healing potion?
It's a regular healing potion.
Max, I was getting thwopped on last
Yeah, we were
episode, dude.
all-
The wop dong.
And then an
It's a fun word.
giant elephant trunk fell on all of us. At least the ones who were on the ground.
Yes, that was the thwop. So we want to get back to the island, yeah?
And we loot the body.
Or yeah, did we loot the body? Is there
is-
anything
I don't- is there
on
any-
the body?
I don't think it's like a World of Warcraft.
Is there
boss.
anything to?
I hope so. That would be fucking cool.
You mean bunnies don't have
Can I
like
get
long swords in
scorching
them?
ray?
Or like pieces of gold.
His body was Coven Corp, so technically everything that was inside Coven Corp might be inside this elephant.
Yeah, but this elephant is also deteriorating, and, well,
So then everything will just
Move
appear.
fast.
Everything will just appear because it's gonna.
Yeah, because everything was destroyed.
Oh yeah, the stuff won't deteriorate from inside
the
it.
stuff
It will
won't
deteriorate.
deteriorate.
So there will be
Exactly.
a mountain of goodies underneath it.
It's like killing a Borderlands boss where just like all the items just like explode
Exactly.
out of him and showering
As
up into
as
the
Bur-Bur
air.
took his final breath, he blew out of his trunk all the magical items.
like that Elephant game. Did anybody ever play that game?
Mm.
It's like the elephant trunk is like a
Vacuum?
almost but blowing out like it's like a leaf blower.
Oh, I do. Know
It's like a
it
leaf
sits on
blower
the
thing.
ground.
It sits on the ground, and the trunk is like a leaf blower thing, and it blows like the butterfly things up, and you
I
got to
do
catch
remember
them with a net.
I do. Remember
I thought you were
that.
talking about a video game for a while. And
It was
I
like a
just sitting
Fisher
here
Price thing.
That's the worst video game
Yeah, it
I've
was like a
ever
Fisher
heard
Price
of in my life.
No,
It was a Wii game. It was a Wii game. Catch all the
No, it's like an old child's toy, but I think they still
Sock
make
and
it.
boppers?
I think they still make it though.
Dude, you could
So-
knock
So
someone.
about how far like away from the island would we be?
I'd say probably at least like 10 miles.
We want to head back to the university, yeah? Is that the plan?
I don't know if that's the plan. I'm just wondering how far outside of the city we were.
Oh.
It's also the middle of the night.
It's
Oh,
night now.
Jesus fucking
It's the
Christ.
middle of the night.
We need to go
Okay.
sleep. Purgatros be
I'll-
damned.
I'll kind of wipe my eyes up a little bit, or dry my eyes up a little bit, and walk up to Mika. Mika, when were you supposed to meet with Calvin?
After the festival.
Where?
At the university, or was it Coven Corp? Mika's sorry, she has splitting headache right now.
I'll give Mika just a regular potion of healing.
I don't know if how much this'll do for her. She's kind of going through withdrawals right now.
Okay.
She's used up, she seems to have used up a lot of the power that the magic siphon gave to her.
Okay.
And she's coming down off
It's like coming off of a meth high.
Oh, very like a week or 2 week bender.
You're welcome,
so-
Mika. I wink at her.
Will this help at all?
Shit, asshole.
Will this help at all?
She wants
And
it.
I'll show her the healing. Person.
She just grabs it from you. And might as well try. And she drinks it down. No health is given to her. And she's just rubbing her temples. It's not working.
How do you get a hold of Calvon?
It is possible to stop yourself halfway through your blink, and you are in some other plane, I suppose, is the best word to put it. And I've only ever achieved this for a short amount of time, but it's as if I could see every decision that I ever made.
And this is where you meet Calvon, or this is how you get a hold of Calvon?
This is where I got hold of Calvon, yes.
Okay. Thank you.
May is still also kind of on the ground and struggling to get up. Pretty 20 health, so.
And Mika notices you, and she runs over to you, like, and you're bleeding. Little one, Schmiggly. And Schmiggly runs out, just, oh no, mommy! Here. Drink up. Drink up nice. Drink up good.
So weird.
All right. Thanks. Just don't call me mommy.
Right. Of course. Yes.
May's fine. May's.
May. Yes. Yeah. Forgive me.
That's what he was trying to say.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yes.
Maybe.
It's
Mommy.
It's been such a day.
All right. Get 5 back.
Nice.
Did you get a 1 and a 2?
A 2 and a 3.
Plus 2.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
plus
plus 2. Yeah.
Oh, nice. So
7.
7. That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. So back to 27.
You did very good.
Thanks, Mika.
I fucking saw that. You stopped that elephant in its tracks. That was insane.
Yeah, I think the growth potion helped though. Otherwise, I would have been crushed like an ant. Anyways, can do me a favor? Can you get my flask? I want to take a drink.
Of course. And so long as you allow me a quick nip.
Go for it.
And she takes a quick swig and hands it straight to you.
And I take a sip, like a little swig too. I was like, much better.
And Schmiggly is just staring at it like a begging dog. And you can see him just lick his lips a little bit, just longingly.
You want a drink too, Schmiggly?
I
Go ahead.
mean,
Go for it.
it's been such a long day. There's been quite a few long days that we've been having, isn't it?
That's a fact.
He takes a very long swig off of it. And he gives it back to you, wobbling a little bit.
All right. Yeah, I agree. We should probably let's get some rest. Is everyone else doing all right? And
Yeah.
May kind of checks around at everyone.
Halen trudges over to where Goonie is. You doing all right?
Yeah, I'm doing okay now. I'm not like
Looked like you were in pretty rough shape right there.
I was. I almost died. I straight up almost died.
Need any more help?
No, I'm okay.
Okay.
We should get some sleep though, for sure.
You see, just by the by Bur-Bur's mouth, you see one of the bodies raises his hand, just like, yes, preferably not in the company of a dead god. That would be very fantastic. I'm
Well, there's no inns left. They're all destroyed.
Ellie,
All the people dead. So where are we going to sleep?
Ellie, can you make that hut thing?
Oh, that would be so dope.
And she looks at you like she's... I actually haven't even thought about it. Oh, God. And she grabs this little whistle out from her, off of her side, and gives it a long, silent blow. You feel a vibration coming through the earth, steadily approaching you, and across the horizon, you see this hideous sight of this bulbous, feather-bottomed hut with chicken legs just...
Nice.
And the shingles are flopping up and down as it traverses.
Why are you laughing so hard?
The Baba Yaga hut.
I think it's Fowl's Moving Castle.
Oh my gosh, that is amazing.
It's the what?
Fowl's
Moving
Fowl's Moving Castle.
Howl's Moving Castle?
I don't know what
The
that
anime?
is.
Oh shit, man. Christian Bale.
Yes. That's,
Howl's Moving Castle is a huge cast.
I know.
That is
Sorry.
is that what it is?
It sounds like it's Fowl's Moving Castle.
That is
Gotta be Fowl's
fucking amazing.
And it just nestles and its bottom feather foundation just rustles a little bit as it sits down in front of Ellie, and she gives its talon a little scratch. Just like, oh, who's a good heart? You're a good heart, yes.
So, out of game question, is this the Leomud's tiny hut spell that she did, or is
No,
this something?
Fowl's Moving Castle, bro.
This is
This is
a
its
magical
own thing. This is its
chicken.
own thing. This is the best familiar of all time.
But like,
I ask because it's a ritual, and I would like to add it to. I would like to try to copy it into my Rituals for Dummies book. It doesn't have to be.
you just have to
It doesn't have to
observe
be this hut. It could be maybe
No,
another.
it's got to be this hut or no hut.
But we could have our own fell castle.
in the shape of a giant
Penguin.
monstrous.
It's just Schmigley's
Chest.
calves. Just Schmigley's calves.
Schmigley just polymorphs into a hut. He's like, what the
Make it stop right.
That's horrifying. I hate that.
This is
so
We
nasty.
shouldn't
With
turn
the-
Schmigley into
that
a-
is not canon.
I don't know. If,
So is
Schmigley
the-
turned into it, then we'd probably be like in his gut, right?
Yeah.
So it'd be Bowel's Moving
I was
Castle.
gonna say it'd be like
Oh
a
my
lot
God.
of like flesh and tissue.
This giant hut nestles its way right in front, and Ellie hurriedly rushes you inside. As you enter, you see that all of the slaves from Doorshop are gone. It's just just the people of the Bur-Bur fight party. We can certainly get some rest and perhaps get the hell away from here, which is probably in our best interest.
Yeah, as long as we have cover with this, nothing should run afoul.
I'm going to bed. Good night.
Yes, everyone,
Good night.
get some sleep.
Good night. And I look over to Ellie and I say to her in Orcish, "Thank you."
She nods her head as she puts her arm around Dango, and they go off into their room. And
Post battle.
Yeah, I would like to, if I can, observe the hut and try to. I don't know if that's a way I can add that spell to my rituals for dummies.
Are you walking around like an inspector?
Just got a checklist.
Cool.
While everyone else is sleeping, Travalka's going to climb on the roof because I only need 4 hours to trance. And I'm going to lay on the roof and I'll hold Targus' sword and just stare up at the stars, looking at the different constellations. And I'm assuming that the constellations are associated with the gods, right? The pantheon of gods.
A lot of the gods and a lot of dead gods are up in there too. But
so I'm looking up at the constellations and focusing. I'm kind of searching and thinking a lot about the upside down horseshoe that I saw during the slave escape.
like, you know that this symbol, it was an ethereal symbol, but like was such a quick flash that you almost wonder if it was like, maybe it was upside down, like maybe
Not sure
maybe
how I really saw it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sit up there I'm gonna stay up there all night, and for 4 hours of being awake, I'm just staring at the sky and going through all sorts of emotional waves of crying and anger, and I don't have any more spell slots left, but I do still have my action surge and my second wind, so I just expel all of my energy. I don't really use the energy in a controlled way, but I kind of use it to try and reach out into, I guess for the audience, even though action surge and second wind aren't chronomantic spells, for the purposes of this, all of Travalka's abilities are related to time magic.
And
So those would, instead of casting second wind, it's more of like reversing time, and same thing with action surge.
you're kind of just blinking around on top of the roof, more or less.
Blinking around.
It sounds like you're like unconsciously manipulating time magic on the roof.
Yeah, just
on the roof
in waves.
Because of your emotions, based on
just waves of emotion.
And as you pace around the roof, you see how, like, you lose time. You take 2 laps around the roof. You look up, and the moon has moved halfway across the sky. And you don't know where this time went. Through this quiet contemplation, the symbol continuously comes up. You see in multiple fuzzy images in your own mind. It's like you were zoomed in. You zoom out from this symbol. You see this red-haired, pigtailed, like it seems like a child, like it's some very childish, but just ageless eyes. And she has wrinkles around her eyes as well. That's the only place that you can see any age, is the wrinkles around her eyes, and the well lived. These eyes have seen some shit. And you zoom out and see a giant flail with an icosahedron on it.
Is this being held by the woman?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm just seeing more of this woman. Okay. What expression does she have on her face?
Got a big grin on her face as you look further out, and you see a little bit more of what she's heading towards, and looks like the sphere. And that's when you come to, and the moon has almost crested the horizon.
And I think at that, when Charvalco comes back, he doesn't even like lay down. He just full on passes out.
For a couple hours during the night, I was just going over everything that we've been through as a team, the people that I've met along the way, and Targus. Still have his little crystal with me, and just mindlessly whittling, because it's something that I do with my hands when I don't know what else to do. Just whittling out little animals out of wood. Make like a little wolf, make a little hawk, make a little shark, right?
You made
And just-
all three of those?
Dude, I'm just
You're like a
going
master whittler?
mindlessly. I've been doing it since I was a kid, alone, just whittling all the time. So these are also things that I have made in the past. But I'm doing that, and just all of it's pouring into everything that I'm thinking about is pouring into these little guys. The fight against a massive god. Never expected that. It's just on a wall for a while. But yeah, just pouring the thoughts, emotions from my past as a kid, thoughts of my mom, losses that I made along the way. And it's all going down to these little statue wooden animals.
Are you making multiple of them? Or are you working on one particular one right now?
I was just making one of each, just like a little wolf, and then hawk and a shark.
And you see Schmigly kind of waddles over to you as you're whittling this wood. He quietly sits down next to you, just like, and he looks over at you whittling, and oh, those are actually quite nice.
You think?
It's quite some craftsmanship, I must admit. Yes.
I grab the hawk. Keep it safe.
And he carefully grabs it from you as he looks down at it. Now, if only I could spread my own wings.
I think you already have a lot during our time. Schmigly, you were afraid to leave the lighthouse.
Well, yes, but I had a responsibility.
You were afraid to leave the lighthouse, and you just fought a god. I think that's spreading your wings.
It's not quite the way that I thought it would go. Thought if I spread my wings, I might do a bit more flying than falling.
I don't know if it was falling.
A lot of running, but
A lot of running. Well, I guess if you fell into our lives. And I'm happy about that.
So am I. And kind of gives you a little punch on the elbow.
Little nut tap.
I don't know. That's something I read that friends do.
Just gonna wait a little bit after his comment, and then an awkward amount of time passes before I and give him a little tap on the bicep too.
And you see him fake a smile, and he quietly rubs it just a little bit. Like, that was a hard one.
Gonna have to get those muscles stronger if you're gonna punch some people.
Damn right. I couldn't be happier than I am now. Sleep well, Halen.
You too, Schmicks.
And he leaves off to one of the multiple rooms.
So as I'm drawing in my book, like Jeff, it in the ritual book is literally like trying to draw the hut.
That looks great to me.
I honestly, I do like it.
pretty
I think it's a
awesome.
good drawing.
I
I like the way
really
that
love
the
it.
windows and the door look like a chicken face. It looks like like the door looks like
That's
the
exactly what our hut needs to look like.
Yeah. So so it's not going to be this hut, but it's going to look like the drawing, and it's not going to be able to move because that's just the spell. But yeah, that's Jeff's attempt at trying to create this probably much higher level spell in the confines of this third level.
There's just
Hut
the
spell.
Fowls Moving Castle, and ours the Cluck Truck or something.
The
stationary baconary.
The brooding burrow.
Oh,
trying to think of something that rhymes with like poultry or
Sultry?
the sultry poultry.
we're just
That's
going
gonna
around
be
with
a-
the
that's
sultry
gonna be-
poultry.
He just converted
We-
into a tavern.
We all wake up and we're like, okay, guys, brainstorming session real quick. We're forgetting emotions, forgetting everything. Gotta find a name.
We've got to distract ourselves somehow. Come on, let's think of a name for our tavern.
It took Jeff like 30 minutes to do this drawing and the other 5.5 hours to name it.
Yeah, just staring at it. This has to be perfect.
Buffwing.
It has to be perfect.
So Jeff Buffkin is literally
God, it's
making
so
Buffalo
weird.
Wild Wings.
Buffwing.
Do any of
Did
you?
everybody else go to bed?
Did anybody
Are we
ready to
else
go to
bed?
or is anybody else?
Yeah, so May's in her room. So she and Mika are in the same room. So, and May's just writing some letters, one to her family, to her sister, and another one to Crutch. Actually, the one with Crutch, she's writing to Crutch that she lost the bet and here's 2 silver pieces that she owes him. Because Crutch predicted that this was going to lead her to some crazy ass adventures. And May thought it was going to be like a one done thing. And then May is attached to the letter to her sister Wei. She is sending 5 gold pieces. Hey Mika,
Yes.
just wanted to tell you how much I really appreciate all the help you've given us.
You know me. I don't typically believe in fate or destiny. Everybody always makes their own bet. Boy, if there wasn't some good luck when you came around.
Yeah, I think it's just coincidence, though. I don't know, after seeing a undead elder god, I'm not sure. I don't know what I believe anymore. I used to think that all I knew was what I saw right in front of me, and that's it. That was it for me. But the amount of dead gods, magics, soul suckers, man, this is a lot more than I thought I could handle.
It was a lot for me to handle when I started my studies. But it gets better over time.
Well, anyways, glad anyone I could go through this with, I'm glad it was you.
Hey. I still owe you a drink.
Yeah, that you do. Well, Still got some left. You wanna polish this off?
I won't say no to that, sister.
Well,
Yeah.
I hand Mika my flask and
Hair of the dog, right?
yep, nothing else.
Whatever we did with that crystal, it was too pure. Mika is sorry to say this, but there was a moment when she looked at everyone in the party, and even you, May, and I knew in that moment that you were all much lesser than me. I don't know how else to describe it.
That must have been a trip.
It was not a good trip. I've had bad trips, believe me. You've heard stories.
Oh yeah, like the time we ate moss.
Oh, like I figured growing moss, it must do something good, right? Or that caterpillar juice.
Oh man, that was insane.
I was feeling that for days.
Yeah, I literally thought it was 20 feet tall. And I guess I was tonight.
You really were. How was that? Tell me, come on, Lester. If I felt like God, you must have felt like even bigger God when you stopped him. Come on.
Oh yeah, no, tell you the truth, that was amazing. I felt invincible. For the first time, I didn't feel so small. And as you know, especially being Meradrian, you can feel really small. But, man, there's nothing like it. I can see why people get addicted to this shit. Well, one last thing. I got one. Here's just one more letter for Wei, and some 5 gold pieces to be exact. You can take it with the rest of the letters I gave you. If possible, don't mention the undead elephant god. If possible. I know, but
I will do my best. It'll be fun to see May too. And her husband, I mean.
oh, Golog, yeah, he's a lot of fun, and they'll be glad to see Auntie Mika.
That will be something to see a little human kitten.
Yeah.
Little hairless kitty cat.
Well, I guess half orc, but
Little human with tusk. Yeah, what's difference? I've seen many humans with big underbite.
that is true. There's a lot.
They would put pig to shame.
Well, I guess we should get some rest.
Yes.
And then May gives Mika little scritches, but it's accepted.
She bumps her head against yours and just nuzzles as she falls asleep. I'm gonna wake up at 6 a.m, just so you know. And you hear the trumpeting call of Ellie's hut as it just.
What in the park?
Jeff Buffgate, a 35-year-old, wakes up as if he's 60.
He does when he only got like 2 hours of sleep.
Half his actual physical body is stitched together. He probably has some really difficult times moving around.
Insert geriatric noise here.
Yeah, his range of motion is like
that of a bodybuilder.
like 45 degrees.
The house is on the ground, right? The hut is on the ground currently?
Yes.
I'm gonna sneak out the door not like I'm not like trying to be sneaky. I'm just slipping out the front door to go set up my Tesla coil to let it charge in the early morning. So I'm gonna slip out the front door and go and set up my Tesla coil in the early hours of the morning. Are you still on the roof? Did you stay up there all night?
Yeah, I stayed up there all night.
So I'm probably like 15 feet from the hut when I set up the Tesla coil. And it starts spinning, it's oscillating, and it's humming casually. So I know that it's working, and I can kind of see like what would be the equivalent of like a battery charging thing on it. And I turn around and I notice Charvalco on the roof. Are you asleep? Or do I notice that you're in a trance? What do you look like when you're in a trance?
I'm not trancing. I would have woken up, I think, when the hut
Went
off. Like, just eyes wide open. Like, his eyes are just kind of
glazed.
Yeah, just kind of glazed.
I'll notice him up on the roof, and I'm gonna make my way up there. I'm gonna shimmy on up there.
I'm staring at the university.
I sit down next to him. Were you out here all night?
I think so.
Is this because of Targus? Is this because of Targus? And he's like not making eye contact. He's staring at the hut ceiling underneath us.
Partially.
I'm sorry you lost a friend, or an associate, someone you were close with.
It's it's fine. It's silly.
No, it's not silly. I mean, Targus like sacrificed himself for us. I mean, I was insane. There's no way we should have came out of that alive. Like, you realize that, right? Like, last night was pure luck that it went down the way that it did.
I didn't want to fight the god to begin with. I knew that. I didn't think we were going to come out of it, but that's what they would do in the books.
The books?
Heroes, heroines.
I don't know.
You've never read a book? Or I guess a story?
No, I can't say that I have. I mean, I'm sure I wasn't born 6 months ago, but I only have a memory up until about 6 months ago. So, in that time, I have not stumbled into a library. I know what one is. I know a lot of things. I just don't. I lack the experience associated with the understanding I have of the world around me, I guess, if that makes sense.
Kind of. So you only remember up to 6 months ago?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. I mean, I remember waking up. I woke up in rubble. A human pulled me out of this rubble, saved my life. That was the first person that I met. Anyways,
do you know who you are?
That's what I've been figuring out for the last 6 months.
But you have a sister.
Yes. Basically, yeah. I have seen visions, pictures, in my fuzzy, hazy, muddy memory of her standing over me, telling me it's going to be okay. And I just remember her name. I wanted to tell you, I guess I kind of know what it feels like to feel out of place. Maybe like you're like you should have been, I don't know, in different circumstances. I don't know what I'm saying. I feel out of place sometimes, I guess.
The door of the hut opens, and you see RNG Price come out of the door. You can see he stares at the sunrise. A great big smile comes across his face as he kisses the multiple charms laden across his chest. And he goes out and he looks up. Oh, enjoying the sights, huh?
I look at Char. Yeah, something like that.
I'm gonna reach back into my bag and pull out the smoke grenade, the last one that I have. I'll hand it to you.
Oh, you want me to hold on to this?
I think you should have it.
Okay. I appreciate it. I'll put it to good use. I'll probably save your life using it. Don't forget to program those your outfits.
What?
Into that thing that I gave you.
What'd you give me?
The shift
right.
Weave. Don't forget to program you can have, I think, 5 outfits in there.
So would I have ever seen, or would I have any idea, descriptors or anything of what the armor of an Echo Knight would look like?
I think you would have seen definitely some description, like a picture book sort of situation, of almost like sea glass. It's almost translucent, but it just distorts everything that goes through it. Or maybe more of a glass sort of armor.
Okay. Very cool.
So can you see just a blurred version of their bare chest?
I'm sure he has clothes on under there.
Or does it go through?
tunic.
Does it go through the body? Do you not see the body? Do you just see through the back?
Oh, you can see the body.
That would make you invisible. You just see your head?
The body.
You're just a floating head?
No, in the suit of armor.
So did the house walk away from where Bur-Bur was?
Yes.
Yeah, he said it settled on the edge of the lake.
Okay. So we didn't collect any proof that this thing is dead.
I mean, it died.
Cody said that we could use the sword,
the broken sword,
to use the basically the butt of the blade to match the hilt.
Because I was thinking of calling Xavier. We should probably do that.
You did do it yesterday.
Yeah, we
called him, but we should let him know that Bur-Bur's dead.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think the 100-foot tall god elephant,
that's what I'm saying,
not running around above the tree line anymore.
I mean, he might be coming with some kind of force, some
army,
kind of
an army.
So it'd probably be a good idea to call him and let him know, hey, we took care of it.
You could call him if you want.
So I'm gonna, in the morning, I'm gonna call Xavier on the what do we call it?
The Scrystal or the Ice Scry.
All right.
Oh, let's go with Scrystal.
Scrystal, yeah. So I call up Xavier on the Scrystal.
Scrystal Galaxy.
And you hear, as you wait, a worship song for Madamon.
Please enjoy this callback tone while your party is being reached.
It's sublime.
Madamon, Madamon.
We worship his awesomeness.
Darlock.
Xavier, it's Buffgate.
Buffgate. Well, what is it? What is it?
I believe you will be happy to know that we took care of your elephant problem for you.
You took care of it.
Yeah, it's dead. We killed a god.
What? And
Chip got some balls on him right now. Holy cow.
you hear a muffled, just like uproar. Just like you can hear muffled cursing and just. So you're telling me that God is already dead?
If deteriorating into the air means that he's dead, then yes.
Well, already had a full legion on their way, but I suppose that the problem is already taken care of. Thank you.
I mean, that's good news for you, right? You saved your entire legion from getting destroyed, possibly. I'm sure they would have done a great job.
They
But
would
there
have
there
done
might
an
have
excellent job.
there might have been some casualties, and now there are none of your guys.
You
We-
raise a
we
fair
lo- we
point,
lost them.
I suppose. I just envious of the glory that you must have achieved through this. Are you still in the area?
We'll talk about that later. Glory. I don't know if glory is the word that I would use, but we are on the edge of the lake, across from the college.
All right. I suppose the best place to meet would be at the college. It would be probably safer among the walls of the college itself, and a little bit detached from the rest of the town. While I have my soldiers take care of any search and rescue in the town, I can come and meet with you on the island.
Yes, we would greatly appreciate that. There may be some survivors out in the city.
I will be sure to set out a large faction of my people to be looking.
All right, we'll wait here for you. We'll wait at the college for you.
Very good. Darlock out. What? Darlock's a douche.
Darlock says Darlock out
He's a
at
total,
the end of every
total
call.
Chad.
Does he also say Audi 4000?
To his mom too. Even when his mom
might have been
calls, it's
Yes.
Darlock out.
that might have been why he was so upset after our last conversation, because I hung up on him. He didn't get to say Darlock out.
The first person that ever did that to him. He didn't know what to do. He was crushed for hours.
He literally sat there and was like, like with no one on the phone.
He wondered how demeaning it would be to call you back just to say it. He's like, I can't do it. I can't call back.
He rehearsed that one.
It's a total power move.
You could tell he hung up a little quick this time just to make sure he
Darlock
got
out.
to say it.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like, fucking got him.
I'll teach him to hang up on me.
Back up on the roof. I just don't want you to think that you have to go through this stuff alone, because you don't. I don't know how I can help, but I'm willing. I think that's important. Yeah, I think that I tell you that.
I'm going to look at Goonie, and as he reminded me about the cloak, as I look at him, the cloak shifts and I change it to look like the Echo Knight armor.
And in the early sunrise, it has almost a bluish hue to it. As the sunlight strikes it, you can see a halo of yellow dancing off of it as it shimmers in the sun.
Thank you, Goonie. I really appreciate it.
He looks at you and then he rolls off the roof. He
Yeah.
literally just stares at you and he goes. He just rolls right off.
Did
the
you
roof.
like one, like your head lays down towards the
Yep.
edge of the roof, and then your
Yep.
legs flip over, and
Yes.
your legs are so heavy that it just anchors you straight down.
Exactly.
Just one flip.
At this point, I'll be stepping outside the hut.
What's the dilly dally with the fiddle faddle? I heard you on the messaging stone. It's Crystal.
Just when you think you know Gru and he says some shit like that, and you're like, who is this guy?
Especially right after your conversation. Like the rest of us can be like, oh, he's just strange. But you're like 6 months old, pretty much. He's saying, what's the dilly dally with the fiddle faddle? What's going on with this guy? We just had a great moment. and now-
that whole fucking, like that whole, the flip off the roof and then that, I'm like, I don't know.
He's
I
a
don't know.
character.
We all get the pleasure of seeing our favorite IHOP server face to face.
Shit.
Dren?
Xavier.
So where are we meeting
Dren
him?
is our favorite IHOP stepfather.
Yes. Where are we meeting him? At the college, I'm assuming?
We're meeting him at the college.
Right on. Are we ready? Do we need some time? Do we need anything we need to figure out before
But you
we head
guys,
over?
he seemed very upset that he didn't get to fight the giant elephant monster.
Well, that's what you get for
No.
being slow and sitting in the middle of the generic empire. And
That's not surprising.
Yeah, sounds like Tessia wasn't on his side.
But just remember, everyone, we got all the honor and glory of almost dying. So just remember to remind.
I do remember that.
Remember to remind.
I was
remember to
swallowed
remind
whole.
Xavier of that.
That should be easy. Rubbing it in his face.
Well, I suppose I don't consider him necessarily a friend by any means. So yeah, I guess I could curse him a little bit. That's just fine.
As long as you give him a big, big hug for us.
And make sure he freaking pays us.
Yeah, it seemed like he was quite upset that he didn't get to throw his army of legionnaires.
He's really powerful. I don't understand why he's playing this like small dick, big dick fucking game. I don't understand this guy. Xavier sounds real shallow.
I haven't actually met him myself, but I mean, humility goes a long way. Am I right, guys?
Heard that.
You're right, Price.
We love you, Price. I just gotta say, man. You're...
I love
give
you
Price
as much as Tessia does.
I give Price a high
well,
five.
She loved this last night.
Yeah, he returns the high five with gusto.
Ow.
Yes,
Ow.
it's definitely
It probably did hurt.
very painful.
Buffgate flies through the wall.
All right. Ellie, you ready to pack up and go?
I am ready to set out, but I'm afraid that me and Dango will be going in an opposite direction.
You're leaving us.
We obviously didn't plan for any of this god nonsense to happen. We already had a plan to free. You think that this door shop was the only one we were going to liberate? We are setting up an entire system. It does not stop here. You have to understand that.
I do understand.
I think we understand.
Yeah.
I would really appreciate being somewhat in the loop.
Yeah, reach
with
out to us.
Yeah.
I'm sure I could get a messenger crow out your way.
I'll give Ellie a card. I'll give Ellie a business card.
She looks it up, down, and under.
You can scry me. You can use that card to scry to my location or send messages.
That'll work. And she, I'm just going to need one quick thing. She reaches over with lightning speed and plucks out one of your hairs.
Ow!
And she wraps it around the card, lights it on fire. All right, perfect.
Is that like a high five or what was that?
Goonie, I think our friend Jeff was giving her a way to talk to us. And she didn't understand, so she made her own.
Magic. Got it.
Yeah,
I still
Ellie,
don't understand this.
My cards already work like that. I don't know.
I prefer this.
Good luck, Ellie and Dango. Good luck to y'all.
I do appreciate all of your help,
We do wish you the best.
as do I. I'm hoping that our paths will cross again, as a matter of fact.
With Tessie's blessing, I'm sure they will.
Luck be with us, isn't that right? That's right! Tessie is with each and every one of us, whether we believe in her or not.
I'm gonna finger guns at Price.
And he gives a big geeky smile, and he gives you a thumbs up, and then silently hands you a pamphlet.
I take it.
And it says on the front,
hug it.
have you heard the good news?
I look at him and I like it's a Christmas present. I'm overjoyed and I hug it. Thank you so much, Price.
I feel like the pamphlet would be, have you heard the good/bad news?
Actually, you're right. It would be,
Have you heard the news? Just
have you heard the news?
I mean-
Tessie is alive.
Price, are you coming with us?
Well,
We're getting ready to leave. So
I'd be glad to join all of you, of course.
I mean, you don't have to if you got things to do. It's up to you, I guess.
I don't have a whole lot going on. I do have to clean up and get a shower at some point. And
While he's rambling, I turn to Buffgate and I'm like, is she coming with us? Does she need to come with us?
I don't know, it's a little cheery.
I suppose a little bit of a swim through the lake would clean me off a little.
Swim. Thumbs up, and then I turn around, Jeff. I don't think I need him to come with us.
I don't think so either.
Okay, all right. Yeah, it sounds like you have a full day ahead of you, Mr. Price. RNG.
Oh, yeah, I suppose so. There's always more people that need converting. That's why I think, that's why I believe that the university would be such a great place. Because, gosh, how lucky were they not to be killed in all of this horrid destruction? They lucked out big time. Tessia was looking after them.
I asked Mika, how likely is that all of them will be converted at the university?
It's not very likely. A lot of people are kind of little annoyed by Tessia's followers.
Tessia speed with you.
And to you. Tessia is looking after us all, after all. I'm sure I'll see you right across the lake. And you just see him take a deep squat and he vanishes with a tuft of sand.
Oh darn! I forgot to give him a card. I'm sure we'll find a way to get in touch with him if we need it.
I'm gonna enter through the front door now, and I'll walk up to Mika in my Echo Knight costume, basically.
Your Echo Knight cosplay.
In my Echo Knight cosplay.
Wow, that is quite impressive. That looks just like out of the storybooks.
Is there anything I need to know in talking to Calvin? Is there a password? Is there a secret code?
If you were able to stop yourself halfway through blinking, if you will, then you may be able to get in contact with Calvin. I would bring some parchment and ink. You see, it's a bit hard to talk normally, if you will. But for some reason, when you write it down, it tends to stick.
Thank you.
I'm going outside to pack up my gear. Just letting y'all know. I'll be like, I'm outside. Doop, 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 doop.
Yeah, I'm ready to go.
And
Yeah, let's get out of here.
the hut rustles up off of its roost, and its chickeny legs just dig into the earth as it scampers off.
Is the ground all torn up right there where it's
There's a
claws were?
there's a little bit of a crater, like it moved a lot of the dirt around to nestle.
There's like a
in
patch
there.
of dirt, right? Like fresh soil
Mhm.
there.
Yes.
I'm gonna pull out my bag of holding. I'm gonna like walk over to the center of like this like fresh, loose dirt. Pull out my bag of holding and pull out a crossbow and crossbow bolts, and I'm gonna shove it in the ground, almost like a grave site. And I'm just like, I'm on my knees in front of it. I like set it all up and make it look all proper. Like set the bolt case up against it like very gingerly. I treat it with a lot of respect. And then I take the green cloak that I had on off, and I look at it, and I wrap it around the crossbow and tie it. And I stand up.
And Schmigley joins your side. You can see him solemnly looking forward. He was a decent man. Seemed like he had a bit of a past, but he certainly made up for it in the end.
And May takes out her flask, opens it to Targus. She pours a little bit on the ground.
To friends we've lost.
Jeff takes off his shoes and stands there barefoot.
Just fucking.
Is he barefoot in the soil, like moving it, like moving his toes? And
It's the only thing that Jeff has an assumption about Targus.
I totally. It took me a second to realize what that signified.
Oh god. Shit, I forgot about that. That's
Travalco is waiting, like on his broom, just waiting, staring at the university.
Let's go.
Let's go.
all right. And you all hop on your brooms and fly across to the island. And you circle around it. You can see there are just crowds of people all around. The ritual area seems to be cleared off with a few officials walking all around it. But you fly into one of the main buildings towards near the dormitory. As luck or unluck would have it, you come across RNG Price once again, smiling, handing out pamphlets. He looks at you and, "Oh, hello again, everybody. Say, I actually wanted to talk to you about everything that happened, but I guess it just kind of slipped my mind. I think it would be best if we actually did maybe get a little bit of closure about things."
What do you want to say, Price?
He kind of brings you all over to this little fountain where there's like not very many people. It's like, well, everything is always a blessing from Tessia, but a god coming into life on the sphere, well, that's not great luck, is it? That's actually pretty bad luck, isn't it? That's... I don't know. I guess you could almost... Tessia would damn me for this, but maybe doubting Tessia a little bit.
I turn to Price and I say to him, look, sometimes shit happens in life. That's why you gotta take control of what you can control. Life's gonna throw you shit. Tessia might throw you some shit. That's why you have to take control of whatever you can. Got it?
And at that, you can see him kind of just staring at you blankly. You see his mouth slowly goes ajar, like just gapes, as if there's a rope pulling his jaw to the floor. And you see slowly his eyes start to roll into the back of his head.
What? Are you okay, Price?
Never met an atheist?
Is she having a seizure?
Hey, Price, it's not about everything good happening. It's about the odds, right, for Tessia? You're a follower.
And you see his mouth is fully agape at this point, and
Travalco will cast Moment to Think. Does he just freeze?
he freezes at that moment. And you can see his mouth is open, eyes rolled back, and
Like unnaturally?
unnaturally so.
So we're all frozen in time.
Is there anything that looks like it's coming out of his mouth?
I think Tessia's killing him.
Nothing seems to be coming out of his mouth.
Crazy,
No.
though.
Okay, we'll release it.
You release it, and a voice that is not Price's escapes from his gaped open mouth. Y'all really fucked that one up, didn't ya?
Price?
Oh, no. This ain't Price. This ain't Price. Nah.
Then who the fuck is this?
You're talking to Lady Luck herself, okay? So I'd suggest you being a little bit more kind with your words, if you would, please.
Lady Luck?
What?
Like,
Are you?
Lady Luck.
I'm pretty sure it's
Tessia.
What?
Oh, I go by many different names. All of you always tend to
what?
come up with 1,000 different names, but
What?
here I am trying to go by my own.
What in
How
the
lucky
burn?
for RNG Price to get possessed by Tessia.
Hey, at least I'm not going to kill him afterwards. I mean, I could always do that, but hey, honestly, the guy's been doing a lot of good work, not just for me either. So let me just throw that out there.
Jeez, Tessia didn't get very lucky with her attitude, did she?
Excuse me. You know, you actually look pretty spry, even for an Eladrin. I bet you're, 70, 80 years old? Is that a good guess? Was I lucky with that roll?
It's a pretty good guess.
Pretty
Wouldn't-
good guess. Okay. Well, seeing as
why
how
would
I...
you have to guess? Shouldn't you just know?
But you think that all the gods are just all-knowing beings? No, we've been trapped on our own little planes of existence, just doing our own little thing for the past 8, 9, 10 eras. I don't even know how many millions of years we've gone through at this point. But
Your little elephant doesn't seem to have been trapped in its own plane of existence. It seems to have made its way to ours.
He definitely was here embodied, but his spirit was way away from here. And, well, we had a nice little thing going for at least a couple eras, but it looks like you mortals really fucked that up.
What do you want with us? What do you want with Price?
I just figured it would be a little bit nice to give you all a bit of a warning that the gods are coming, and they are coming quick. So many different rules have been broken with this. Oh man, we're going to be heading into a whole new era that the mortals and gods will be standing beside each other once again. And oh boy, it's going to be interesting seeing how this unfolds. Let me tell you.
Standing beside each other? I thought that was impossible.
It has been impossible for eras. But with that little breaking of the ritual, Bur-Bur's spirit was able to come back in contact with his body, and he was walking the material plane once again, and that completely null and voids the entire Treaty of the Gods. You have no idea what you did you? I just thought I should at least give you a little bit of foresight into what's going to be coming down your way.
Why warn us?
Well,
what do you get out of this?
Honestly,
the humans and the gods.
Just between you and me, you see, I always had love meddling in mortal affairs. You see, mortals are so unpredictable, and that just works into my MO so perfectly. You almost do my job for me sometimes. You guys, honestly, are kind of amazing in some aspects, I must admit.
Who wields a flail with an icosahedron on the end?
You're looking right at her, baby. I suppose you can't. I guess you're looking at this half-orc monstrosity, but
you have
lucky him.
You have red pigtails.
Are you trying to flatter me? You noticed my pigtails. Oh my goodness. It's when Yes, I have been rocking these pigtails for millennia. Everybody says they look childish. Fuck them. I don't give a shit what the rest of the fucking my godparents think. Look at all the mess that they caused. I've just been sitting here letting things unfold as they will and just tossing a bone or a little rock in the way of people that need it.
And how do you judge who needs it and who doesn't?
I don't know. I don't really... I don't have a set of scales to tell me exactly how things are going to weigh out, but I throw a big bone here, a little stone there. Eventually, that little stone works into a big avalanche, and that bone whittles down into a tiny little dust. So everything typically has been working out in the end.
May just sits there like her whole world has just been broken. Her whole life, she'd never believed in the gods. Now she's talking to one. Assuming you actually are a god, how can we trust anything you're saying right now?
I can't make you trust me, but maybe I'll be able to show my face to you one of these days, but I think it's just best that I play it at least a little bit safe, just in case, Madamon or Varatha, any of the gods come after me. But for right now, I think it's best that I talk through our little friend here, if that's all right with you.
Why did I see you last night?
Hey, I can't control who dreams about me. Okay,
It wasn't a dream.
I don't mean to flatter myself, but
It wasn't a dream. 2 days ago, I saw that symbol flash before me. And then last night,
which symbol? Looks like he's wearing quite a few of them.
your
on him.
horseshoe.
My horseshoe.
And then last night, I saw you with a smile on your face heading toward the sphere.
You saw me coming down here? Did you see anybody else?
I didn't.
Ah. I don't know why you happen to see me in particular, but I mean, yeah. I was definitely heading my way down here to watch some of this shit unfold because, boy, I haven't had a lot to watch. It's been a good 500 years since I've had something to watch on this sphere. And, hey, things are about to change big time.
Well, if Bur-Bur's arrival destroyed the treaty of the gods, then how come you needed to present yourself through Price instead of just coming down here yourself?
I'm just trying to keep any of the other gods from getting pissed off. You see, imagine if all of the gods just decided to just start showing up on the material plane. That would cause a lot of trouble, don't you think? A lot of chaos, a lot of riots. Yeah, like I love chaos as much as the next girl, but there's got to be limits. So I'm just trying to, I guess, keep as much balance as possible in these now very rough near future. I'm going to be in touch. Let me tell you that. Keep close to your friend here.
Be on your best behavior, everyone.
Bye. And as she sets by, RNG Price, a big yawn comes out of him. Just, you know what they say? Every time you yawn, someone's out there talking about you.
Yeah, maybe you should go take a nap, Price.
You know,
It was a long day yesterday.
it doesn't sound like a bad idea.
Yeah, Price, you could probably use some food or something. And Jeff gives him a bag of buff nuts.
He grabs them from your hand, just kind of looks at him.
Get yourself some protein.
Oh,
Chickpea protein.
Are we in the university
just
right
a quick shot of protein.
now? Have we entered the university?
Yeah, we're
Or-
in it.
You're
We're
in
in
the university now.
Any signs of Xavier? Did he tell you where he was going to meet us?
Right in the front of the college.
In the front of the college? Okay.
You hear a fanfare of trumpets come down as you look into the sky, and you see on top of a Pegasus, Xavier is flying down. 4 legionnaires and a group of guards behind him as his Pegasus clumps down in front of you. He dismounts and
Quite the entrance there, Darlock.
well, gotta make my presence known, give hope to the people and all that.
Buffgate or May, you want to give them their report? Good news first, probably.
Good news?
Yeah, I would love to hear some good news.
We killed the giant elephant god thing.
Saw it on the way here. At least there's that.
The bad news? Well, apparently we talked to Tessia. She possessed the cleric we were with. And she talked to us.
You what?
She said the gods are coming.
Yeah.
We
and
broke the contract or something. Some contract. Some
law, some contract amongst the gods. I don't know.
Buffka, you know about contracts. Is this? Did it sound legit?
I
Did it sound
Don't- I'm not-
lawyer-y?
I don't know anything about contracts with gods, but
I thought you went to
Is-
college.
I went to law school, not church school.
They have a
I didn't go to
contract.
Bible school.
They have a contract set up where if an old god is summoned on our world, then they can make their way back to us. And they also make us use magic and spells to hold it back once a year.
And then we fuck that up.
What's the point of that?
Magical use has been used to revolt against the Empire many times over.
What's the Empire going to do against the gods coming to us?
Not a fucking thing.
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
They're gonna poke it
But-
with their spears.
Yeah.
So magic
They're gonna freaking call us.
Magic has been what's holding them back from coming to us. Magic is what stopped that from happening. You still have something bad against magic?
Maybe certain types of magic, yes. But divine magic, now that's something I can get behind.
When he says certain types of magic, Travalco will just start to kind of phase. Just just blatantly showing it in front of him.
I have something to tell you all as well. Maybe trade a bit of information, as it were. I've been doing a lot of digging. And this news that you talked to, apparently a god herself, one of them at least, there's only one explanation. Do you remember when we were all at the arena?
Who could forget?
I was calling to the gods to help us in that moment. And who else but you five come and encircle me? And the fact that you are able to communicate with them. I have looked it over and I have tried to find anything that would disprove this, but you five, whether you like it or not, you're godlings.
Oh man, I haven't had a laugh like that in a while.
Laugh all you want.
Is that like a tadpole?
I think so, Goon.
It might as well be. In the face of a true god, you wouldn't be anything but a mere skink in the mud. But, as it would happen, the blood of the gods runs through your veins.
What is he talking about?
And you know this just because we spoke to Tessia?
Or because she spoke to us?
That's part of it, yes. But there would be no other reason that you five would come into the pit to my aid.
Fine.
What are you? You're what?
Okay,
You're
Darla.
a thief, a blight watch ranger, some rusty little drifter, a tiny little wannabe businessman, and a disgraced mercenary. Yes, that's right. I've looked into each one of your backgrounds.
Slow your roll, Darlock.
So you lost the glory of fighting the elephant gods yourself, and you lost the glory of having god blood in your veins. Is that why you're so angry with us right now?
Number 3 in school. Number 3 in life.
Well, maybe it's number 6 in life now.
He grabs you by your collar. You best watch your tone.
I step up behind Charvalco and cast Enhance Ability on him.
I also cast Aid on Char.
I give him Bull's strength. So I
Charvalco-
imagine he gets very muscular.
Travalka's gonna do something. I'm gonna cast Misty Step. And I'm only gonna Misty Step right behind him. I want to make a dexterity check to see if I can, at a very precise time, cast Time to Think, or Moment to Think, in that brief moment in between
Can't you
time.
use moment to think as a bonus or a reaction anyway?
Yes, but Mika said that I have to be very precise at the time that I stop time in my jump.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm only going to tell. I'm just going to Misty Step right behind Darlock, but I'm going to try and cast Moment to Think. Do I make what kind of roll do I make? What did you just roll? Is that a 1 or a 20?
Odds or evens?
No.
No.
Evens.
Did you
Everyone.
whisper odds?
Yeah.
I rolled the first natural one.
No!
Oh,
I knew it was a 1 or a 20.
Does that count though?
Motherfucker.
I mean, nobody else has rolled anything.
Nobody has rolled.
Damn, that's
so I
that
think
was the first
would-
roll of the night, and it was a freaking 1.
And it was on a odds or evens roll.
Have some fun, roll some 1s.
You'd see the portal, you almost see Xavier disappear in front of you as you teleport through. You try to stop, but you almost feel your feet skid across the ground as you try to stop, and you just keep going and keep going. You seem like you look around, Xavier has disappeared, and so have the rest of your party. So does everybody around you, it seems. You look around, and half of the university seems to be in ruins. Another quarter of it is in this old, ancient looking architecture. It almost seems to clip and change. And from part of the university just builds itself up as you walk around, and you try calling out, but you hear a ringing, everlasting echo ring all around you as your own voice, as a child, an old man, a baby, all ring out at the same time.
Calvin?
The rest of the party see as Xavier grasps his collar, he disappears into thin air. One thing is left behind. That's his hat.
No.
I look at Halen.
No.
Fuck.
Wait, which hat?
His hat, his special hat.
No, it's
No,
not. The special hat.
His
Was
special
left back
hat
at the
is
Imperial
still at,
City.
is
Oh,
still
that's right,
at the
that's
Rusty
right.
Yeah.
Container.
But his second hat is now.
Yes, his backup.
His backup hat.
Fuck.
Halen, what the?
That is so perfect.
What happened to him?
Buffgate? What? I don't understand. What happened?
He was here then.
Xavier, did you do this?
I throw down
Oh.
my my thunder gauntlets, and they start to charge up.
Hey, easy. I did not do anything to your friend. I would, besides grabbing him by the collar.
We saw the same thing happen when a zombie touched you in the arena. It evaporated.
Yes, of course it did.
Bring
he
him
was
back.
an undead being
Bring
going
him-
against
bring
a
him
paladin.
back.
He's not. I didn't do anything to him. How can I bring him back if I don't even
Alright.
know? What?
All right.
He sneaks off all the time. He's probably around here somewhere.
Yeah.
There's no way
yeah.
he just snuck
Wait,
off. He was being lifted off the ground.
Didn't he mention wanting to find someone?
I think I know where your friend went.
That's right. He was talking to you about all that.
Mika,
The Echo Knights?
I think your friend went to find them, yes.
just like spontaneously.
I don't know your friend any more than anyone else. I just met the guys. But, I mean, does he make any sort of rash decisions on a
All the time.
frequent basis?
Never.
When has he done?
Often.
Not even
Yeah.
once.
When hasn't he?
Well, I imagine he must have tried what I told him.
What did you
And
tell
that
him?
was-
What did you tell him, Mika?
I told him that he had to stop his role, stop himself in the middle of teleporting. I told him it was risky, but
Upon hearing this, Goonie rushes out of the university
When the Purgatros.
with his hat. I have his hat.
And Mika rushes after you. And wait, where you go with that? Where are you going?
I rush all the way outside.
And she runs up and tackles you and pounces on you.
Mika, get off of me. Stop.
This hat may be the only way we find your friend. Mika can help.
I give her the hat
I promise.
and I walk and I take like 3-4 steps away from her. After giving her the hat.
You must trust Mika.
I don't understand magic. I don't understand how these things work. And
I pity
shit
you.
just keeps happening. And he was my friend, and now he's not here. So forgive me for being frustrated with the world that you guys seem to be living in, because people like me and Char don't live in that world. Not the same way you do.
Yes, it is. I'm sorry.
Just find a way to bring him back. I don't care about your stupid magics or your gods or your whatever. Mika, just bring him back.
I will bring him back. This I promise you. I'm just going to need one thing. I need a little bump. Do you have any more of those crystals? The strong ones?
I think we'd have to go back to Professor Black to find a crystal.
I think we
Mine's
might be
empty.
able
Mine
to
got
do
empty.
that,
Yeah,
yes.
mine's empty.
Wait. This may be a bad idea, but do you have any more of those cultist amulets?
Yeah, I think we have a few.
Yeah, maybe Halen has one. Meek and I can rush back inside. Halen, do you have a cultist amulet, or Jeff, or May?
May just takes out her amulet. Here you go, Goon.
Well, I don't know what to do with it.
Mika. And she pulls out the magic siphon. She's like, hey, well, suppose we use this one more time.
Are you sure that one's safe?
Yeah.
It doesn't look like the other crystals.
Well, yeah.
Mika, before you try that, how about this? I'm going to take out Targus's.
Yeah, one does seem to glow bright. She takes that one and she hooks the amulet into one end of the siphon as she hooks the other end into her arm. And she looks at you all and I will find your friend. I promise this. But I don't know how long it take. I don't know if I make it back alive.
Wait, Mika, should we get a way of? Is there any way of keeping in contact while you're there?
Or a way to help bring you back? Something we can do on our end?
We can't afford to lose both of you.
Definitely not. I agree.
I'm going to take out my bag. I'm going to take out the hourglass, pop it open, and pull out another green crystal. And say, I think this is the, I don't know, brother, kin of the crystal you just used.
And she looks at that, looks at the hourglass, and I could use hourglass as tether. Almost like an anchor of sorts. I think that may work, yes. Use that asshole Sand's power against him, yes?
And you can show us how to pull you out if we need to.
Is that even? Might it even be possible? Is it even possible to help pull you out?
Not on your end, but setting up any sort of tether to this world will help me
find your way back.
Find my way back.
Understood. Okay, we can do that. May.
At least in theory. I think with enough power, I could make that happen.
What if you had something of mine? Would that make it stronger?
It just might.
May takes off the chain from her neck and gives it to Mika. It's just a simple, iron link chain.
And she looks down at it and I'm bringing this back to you, May.
You better. It's my favorite necklace.
Hey, I never tell lie.
All right.
Good luck, Mika. Be safe.
Thank you. I'll see you when I see you. And she blinks out of existence. With that same that one little that you heard when she first came to you on the standing stone.
When she blinks out, I'm going to flip the hourglass just because I want to see if the sand is falling at the normal speed.
And it does seem to slowly trickle down. Just almost like the sand is, almost like it was still viscous almost. But it's definitely at a slow pace. And the sand trickles down.
And I'm going to turn to Xavier. Well, Xavier, it seems we have a lot to discuss.
Yes, it's true. I think it would be in our best interest if we return to the Imperial Hall of Paladins. I can provide transport if you need it, of course, but I don't think it would be best for us to stay here. We're going to need to have a cleansing crew come through.
Hey, Goon, you like to tinker with things, right?
I love to. I am a tinkerer. Master tinkerer.
I think I have something for you to do.
What is that? What? Gimme.
The hourglass.
Yes.
Can you make some kind of gyroscope so that it always stays in this position?
What, in the up position?
In the position it's in
The
now,
vertical
so
position?
it doesn't flip back over.
Oh, you just want it even when it runs out? You don't want it to flip back? Or you do want it to flip back when it reaches the bottom?
I want it to stay this way because I have no idea if this is the amount of time Mika has in the other world.
You just want me to find a way to stabilize it?
Yeah. You know, those gyroscopes you see on people's desks as fun.
Counterbalances. Yeah. I could rig something up. Yeah. Give me like 35 minutes. And he starts pulling copper braiding out of his beard, copper wiring out. And he pulls something out of his bag and he starts tinkering with it. And the more effort he puts into it, the more invested he gets. And he kind of just starts to, he just starts getting passionate about it. He goes away and sits down and he's just focused on that now.
If you will handle your business, we can meet back up here at the front of the university, where we can travel back to the Imperial City.
We'll see you soon, Darlock.
That I hope. Farewell. And he walks up towards the main building of the university. And your minds are racked as you think about these events that have unfolded and all of the information you've been giving. And at that, I believe we will end our session.
Once Upon a Die is Cody White as our DM, Jonathan Curran as Goonie Makeshift, Grace Lee as May Lay, Justin Tuthill as Halen Van Lichtenstein, Austin Wolf as Charvalco, and myself, Sean McCallan, as Jeff Buffgate. Music is licensed by Dark Fantasy Studios. Additional credits can be found in the episode description. Don't forget to check out our social media pages on Instagram and TikTok at Once Upon a Die, and our Reddit channel, r/OneSuponadie, where you can comment, post your theories, or if you just want to chat. We'd love to hear how we can make a better listening experience for you. Thank you for listening, and until next time, have some fun and roll some ones.